Alright guys, so let's continue on into this new area here. So getting the positioning on this is kind of weird. I didn't think I was going to make it on there. One issue with this area, in my opinion, is that all the materials are kind of similar looking, so it's kind of hard to judge your depth in here. And a lot of the platforming is going to be a little annoying to do. Fortunately, other than that ultra shroom, there's not really much in here. Let's just continue on. Go down here, over to the left. Here we got the pit of 100 trials. I'm going to open the pipe, but we're not going to go in just yet. We'll go in a moment, but there's something I need to collect before we venture forth. It's going to be important that we get it. Not just for the pit, but later on in the game as well. We're going to want to go, I think it's this way. And then, let's see if I get it right. The camera's kind of weird here. And we want to go over here. It's going to take us to some sort of ruins or something. This used to be the civilization that lived here. Looks like buzzy beetles. Fortunately, there's only one thing we can do in this area at the moment. There's some little lore here. An empire once great, now in a ruined state. A tragic lesson of ours, of those who spurn the stars. Our emperor ruled well, yet disaster would befall us. Pleas to the stars were spurred, yet our wishes were unheard. We get Defend Plus, so that's pretty much the only thing that's here for us at the moment, besides the Pit of 100 Trials. So I'm going to equip that if I can. Defend Plus, it's going to be really useful. I don't think there's anything here. There's a switch on the other side, but there's no way for us to get it at this moment. I remember when I first played Darkstar, I was like wondering how the hell I'm supposed to get onto that other side. Because there's another area, but you're blocked if you go further to the right. But you can't really do anything there. So, as I said before, the only other thing down here that we can do right now is the Pit of 100 Trials. I'm going to set my badges real quick. So we're going to need multi-bounce. We don't need power bounce for the moment. We'll have a Quake Hammer. Don't need double dip. I don't think we need the focuses. We'll have a spike shield for spiked Goombas. Should be it. Alright. We save one more time, that way my badge thing is saved. So I think the first 20 floors are going to be relatively easy because with Mario we can just multi-bounce or Quake Hammer. There won't be too much of an issue there. Plus we have the first strike badge on, so killing these enemies is going to be pretty quick. But once we get past floor 20 is when things start to slow down and you have to be careful about what moves and what badges you're using. So here we'll use multi-bounce. Oh, also, I think I mentioned earlier on in the series that we won't be tattling as much, that we wouldn't be fighting as much of the enemies. This is the reason I said that. That there'd be a later point where we do tattle the enemies. If we don't, and then we'll be focusing more on enemies, is this area here, because it's pretty much all the fights that we got that we've been skipping this entire time, because, you know, we don't level up from fights, or don't get experience from fights. But this is where we're going to be doing most of those fights that I've been skipping. Here we're going to hit the Spike Goomba with the hammer. And then you know what? I actually think it's a lot easier to do this because I don't have to worry about messing it up. Pretty easy to do Quake Hammer. Just jump with Goombario. Thank goodness there's no all or nothing P. If I had that equipped, I would have, messed it up because I didn't do the action command. That would have been cool if they added all or nothing P, but there's not really P badges in this game. It's only a TTYD thing. Though I remember, I think it's L Dexter that's working on a TTYD mod for Paper Mario 64, so that'd be kind of cool to see. I don't think I'd do a playthrough of that, but I'd probably I wouldn't do a let's play of it, but I'd probably play it just to see how it is, because it definitely would change up the dynamics of Paper Mario. Because that's kind of the whole shtick of it compared to this game, is that your partners are more important and have more flexibility than in this game, because partners don't have HP, and as well as they don't have you can't use items with them, so that's kind of limiting. Once you let your partners use items, that's a really big game changer here. Okay, so we're going to multi-bounce, and then I think I'll switch to Cooper. That or Bombette. I think I'll switch to Cooper. I'm not sure if he does enough damage. He probably does, but better safe than sorry. And I'm not too worried about using my FP at the moment, because we'll definitely get it back. There's nothing to really worry about there. I could equip the FP focus stuff to get it back on a turn where like this, where I know I can get it back easily. So after this floor, I'll check what floor we're on, because I'm not really keeping count of what floor we're on. So I'll do Quake Hammer. That should get rid of everybody. Sorry about that. I had to adjust my microphone for a second. Alright, floor 8. So we got one more floor, and then we get to floor 10. Okay, we got those red bombs from... What are their names? I forget. It's the... just red bomb. I remember I think it was... I think it was Master Quest. They were called, I just realized I didn't tattle them. And it should be fine. Not like you get anything for tattling all enemies. That'd be cool if you get a badge for that, but you don't. Cool. What's our FP at? 15 out of 20? Not bad. Alright. This is gonna be the shtick for every 10th floor, is that you can't proceed until you beat this, mini boss enemy here, and you get 2 items for free. Mushroom. I think this is a honey syrup? Oh, pow block. Okay. I'm gonna switch to Goombario here. I'm going to get rid of multi-bounce. We're gonna equip power bounce. Get rid of Quake Hammer. We're going to equip deep focus, flower, and health. Maybe an extra deep focus. Yeah. Okay. We're gonna have Goombario Tattle here. This is a blue Ninjacopa, the forgotten one of the other ones. So we're gonna, I think, just head bonk. Fortunately, from what I remember, he does get up the same turn, so just gotta be mindful of that. Make sure we guard this. Okay. So I think I'll just focus. Get the HP and FP. That's fine. And then change to bow. Well, out of sight. Then I'll power bounce again. And then the same thing again. We're gonna focus to get FP back. I could refresh. I get more FP that way. Then out of sight again. And then if we power bounce one more time, we should be good. Alright, not too bad. I don't think he can one-shot you. Maybe if you don't guard, but if you guard it, you know, it's not bad. So here, I'm going to try and be careful with how I collect these badges, because from my practice experience, every time I try collecting these badges, I get sucked down to the next floor, which is a bit unfortunate. So I'm just going to be a little careful here. Okay, peekaboo. That's going to be good. It's going to make Tattle essentially unnecessary unless you want to know what the enemy does. Just completely valid. Other than that, we can get the HP, and since we have Death Spotter, we can know what their defense is automatically. Let's go to floor 20 here. Got those red Goombas. I think I'm going to run away because I forgot to change my badge loadout. That's probably going to happen every time we go from a mini boss fight. So just go to multi-bounce. I'm going to put on group focus. That way, if I know I'm going to kill that turn, I'll just have my partner heal that P for us. I think for this turn, well, you know, just to know Quake Hammer. I know, like, hammer attacks, I don't know, yeah, they take extra damage from Quake. Good to know. Could have healed some FP, but whatever. There's a thing with the focus stuff where it's reduced. Like, the effect of it is reduced on the first turn to prevent, like, focus strats where you're like, let's see, switch to pair carry so I can get some FP back. Yeah, to prevent any strats where you just like focus and then run or something like that. Because you can focus with your partner and then run away, I think. Not bad so far. Is floor 12? Yeah. Yeah, I think we're gonna get to floor 20 and that'll be it for the episode. And I think from there we'll be doing 10 floor episodes, because I think they'll start taking a little bit longer to do. I know definitely once we get past floor 50, those are definitely going to take a bit. Aw, dang it. But I think I can guard these pretty well. Yeah, not too bad. I guess we'll focus with Mario and attack with Paracarry to get that FP back as much as I can. That's definitely going to be the name of the game for later floors here. I do have Crazy Flower that I could equip to get 3 FP every second turn. That might not be too bad actually. Also less BP having to worry about, so get rid of this. Just equip Crazy Flower. There we go, got the bandits. Pretty easy fight. One thing I've noticed from the pit is that enemies don't really drop coins here, which is kind of a bummer because I'm pretty sure TTYD pit drops a decent amount of coins. At least the enemies do. And the items they drop too. We'll do this and then attack with Paracarry. Alright, not too bad. But yeah, in this pit, enemies don't really drop much, which is a bit unfortunate. Thankfully, we don't have to worry about coins because we've got the Gradestone run. But I remember when I was playing this originally, the lack of coins is kind of annoying. Shell shot again. Okay, I thought I missed it there, but thankfully not. Getting a little bit low on FP. Not really getting FP drops. Do I have... Oh, maybe I didn't get it. The flower finder. Oh well. I don't know if it affects these enemies because they have like a weird drop rate. I'll attack with Paracarry. I think even if it doesn't do damage, you still get the FP, so that's not bad. One thing I kind of wished that Shaded Blade did, but unfortunately it's not a thing, is that if enemies had like those special buffs to the regular attacks when they get upgraded, if they got ultra upgraded, I felt like it should have increased that even more. Like Paracarry's FP attack heals 2 when he's at ultra rank, and Cooper reduces defense by 2, that kind of thing. Because it would make those two characters a lot more viable. I mean, Paracarry's pretty viable early game. After that, I think he kind of falls off, unfortunately. There's just better ways to do area damage and just deal damage in general. See, what floor are we on? 19. Oh, that was fast. I know we're kind of speeding through this, but it's a lot faster than I was expecting. Okay, this fight might be a bit of an issue. Let me check my notes here. I have notes on each of these mini bosses here. Alright, so all we need to do is have D down jump on. Okay. So we're gonna need bow. So if I remember correctly, this enemy has a lot of defense. Yep. We just gotta be able to pierce through it, which is what D down jump does. Fortunately, we only do 6, so we have to do 3 turns. We're gonna do out of sight. And then we... Repel gel? What does my notes say? I'm just gonna go follow my notes. Oh, I see. That way it gives me bow to use next turn. And then out of sight again. And then D down jump once. Now we should have the fight. Because otherwise I think that single bone kills me, even if I guard it. Which is pretty annoying. We got it. And we got some FP back, but we're gonna probably use the next fight to get our FP back here. It's gonna be a nice badge to get. There we go. We haste step. Pretty good. It's gonna make the rest of the game a lot nicer. Just like a quality of life kind of thing, just to make Mario go a little bit faster. But that's gonna be it for this episode. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys next time.